Bubba Burgers are so convenient, well marketed, and anybody worth half their salt should be able to cook it up, right? I mean, the instructions are right there on the box. How can you mess it up? Well, they've been my nemesis for several years, at least on the charcoal grill. Trust me, I've cooked these things outside and ended up with a burger with the consistency of graham cracker. And then a family member would cook them up inside and you'd think that they went to a Bobby Flay masterclass, putting me to shame. Well, today is the day we take back our Bubba Burger crown and reclaim our backyard domination. Our cooker of choice is our trusty Weber Kettle, using the most traditional of fuel sources, the blue bag Kingsford charcoals. Bubba Burgers come with instructions. Step 1. Put the frozen Bubba Burger on a preheated grill or skillet. The key that's so easy to gloss over because it is literally sitting over step 1 is that the company recommends a medium setting of 375 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the struggle for those of us that wield the charcoal and flame. Getting our grill temp to 375 is an imperfect science, and our grill master instincts may have us wanting to cook this in an open flame with searing hot flames. Well, here's what we need to do. Light the coals, get them all the way to gray, and now we should be close enough to get to that 375 degree mark. In our setup today, I'm going to be making sure to use a 2-zone fire setup, where half of the coals are on one half of the grill, and the other half has basically nothing sitting on that side. That way, I have a really hot section on one side, and a place where things can cool down if it gets out of hand sitting on the other side of the grill. I choose and generally prefer to keep the hot side away from me and the cool side close to me as we go through this. And so let me just go ahead and get that leveled out now. Next, we're going to place the grates on the grill and just put the cover on top of that and allow for it to sit for about 4 or 5 minutes. We'll take the cover off, and now we're just going to scrape off any of the residue, anything that's sitting on those grates, so that we have a pretty clean surface that we can cook off of. This is really the hardest part, is now we need to sit and wait for about 15-20 minutes to allow this grill to really come down to temperature so that we have a good place to put it on. But after that, we have a chance to put all of our burgers on, frozen, just as instructions recommend. Now, our instructions tell us not to mess with the burgers until you see juices forming on the top, and so that's what we're looking for. And not until then are we actually going to touch and move these things around. Don't think that because you see some nice browning on the top of these burgers that they're done. They're not. As a matter of fact, you've got a long way to go. I just probed these things after I turned it over, as a matter of fact, and we're looking at 80 degrees. I mean, these things have a long way to go before they're ready to come off the grill. Grilling Bubba Burgers, like many things with outdoor cooking, comes down to both patience and timing. To stop myself from fidgeting with this stuff too much, I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on and walk away for maybe 5-7 minutes and come back and see where these burgers are. Progress, but we're still at 140, low 140s. So we'll go ahead and let these rest for another few minutes, sit on here, and we'll come back and pull these off in a few minutes. A couple of minutes later, I come back and yep, these burgers are ready, already at temperature. I'm just going to move some of these off the fire because not everybody's ready to go. So we'll go ahead and move the ones that are ready off to the side on our cool section, and we'll let these other guys sit right over the flames and finish off their cook. I tell you what, there's always one. Well, no burger left behind. Well, we'll wait for them. And voila, a plate of Bubba Burgers, all done well and ready to eat. But wait, there's more. Now I also have these frozen buns. You know, some of my favorite hamburger buns I can only find in Chicago area. So last time I was there, I picked up a few packs and put them in the freezer. I'm going to unthaw those buns on this grill as well. The great part about this is that the bread ends up with a terrific toast on the bottom, is nice and soft throughout. I'm going to leave these on here for about a minute, maybe a minute and 10 seconds, but we don't want to go too far with these buns. I actually surprised myself with how these buns turned out today. A little toasty on the bottom and soft on the inside. This is great. Well, I know what to do now, and I trust you guys know how to put all the condiments on your burger to get yours just right for you. I'm looking forward to this. I hope your Bubba Burger was as good as mine. Now, I'm ready for the cookout. Well, you made it to the end. You might make it to the end of another one of my videos. Why don't you check one of those out below? Take it easy.